Greatest with Yoko, and we've got some interesting categories on my show today. I cannot wait. Greatest kids party area. All of the parents, listen out for this one, because we always need a place to host kids parties and to take them to shisanyama. Yo, that is a highly contested category. We also have the greatest sushi place we'll be announcing. We'll be announcing the greatest boutique shop / local designer, and we'll also be announcing the greatest bookshop. So there's quite a lot that is coming up on the show. But we also are going to be chatting franchise your future with cash converters, and we'll be giving away that 10,000 Rand that goes toward your franchising future and getting that going together with Cash Converters. We'll also be joined by Digital Marketing Manager at Cash Converters, Lerato Mashero, so we can talk all about the franchising journey. We're going to be crossing live with Ray White to ICMA Global Exchange Program to hear all about that. Our series edition in the second hour of the show, we're going to continue in our series on the Midlife Renewal. Episode 2, we're talking reinventing health. We'll be joined by Mitch Letcher, health wellness fanatic and winner of the female physique category of the Next Opulent Model Competition. And then the car feature, we're going to talk about the hidden risk lurking in South Africa's used car market. And we'll be joined by Kreben Reddy, founder and CEO of Credo Mobility. So get in touch with us today, 011 883 0702, SMS us 31702, tweet at Relebogile M, at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 afternoons, and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702 afternoons
with Relebogile Mabotja
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
Okay, before we kick off with all of the excitement of the day, let me tell you about something that somebody put on my radar, and I was like, actually, I just assumed everybody that does how I do it that's what everybody's doing. And it's around e-hailing services. So thank you at tiredfeminist_ Luna M, who says, I'm only finding out that there are women who sit in the back seats of Ubers. I always sit in the front. There's nothing I fear more than child lock protection. I'm like, what? I only sit in the back. I came in an e-hailing ride to work today, and I sat in the back. I had my laptop open, but I'll tell you what my strategy is. I always sit diagonal opposite at the back, ne? Because I'm like, this way I can see what the driver's doing. My leg can reach if I need to fight for my life. But for me, I have never considered sitting in the front seat because it just feels a little too close to comfort. Now, let me be real with you. Majority of my e-hailing experiences have been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful, comfortable. The gent is a gent. Or even a lady. In the few times I've had a lady, I feel taken care of. Everything is fine. I would even be comfortable enough to sit in the front seat. But a lot of the times when I'm using an e-hailing service, it's probably because I'm tired or I need to work. So I'm not trying to have chit chat. I'm actually trying to have the front passenger seat all the way forward. I have my laptop bag and handbag between my legs and my laptop in my lap, or I'm working on my phone. I did not know there are people who sit in the front seat. So those of you that use e-hailing services, please let me know. Do you sit in the front seat or do you sit in the back seat? Are you a man or you're a woman? Are your decisions due to safety or you just sit wherever you feel like it? I know there are many people who automatically go in the front seat. I just asked my colleague, Karabo Chali, where do you sit? He says he sits in the front seat so that he can change the station. I was like, my guy, you're touching somebody else's radio. Ha! Can you imagine in somebody else's car? You are touching somebody else's radio. What? No. So I want to hear from all of you. Where do you sit and why? I'm already seeing a WhatsApp message saying front seat for the airbag. I never thought about that one. Abel, airbag. Would you sit in the front seat for an ebb? Wait, you said you sit in the back seat. You sit in the front seat, but you're a guy. I don't know. I need to hear from you guys. Where do you sit when you're in an e-hailing ride, and why? Where do you sit and why? And maybe the reasons you use e-hailing services will also tell you where to sit. Like if I'm not trying to have conversations because like now I had to be in a meeting on the way to work. I spoke to the guy for a good 5 minutes, logged into my meeting, but when I even got out the car saying thank you, I was still in my meeting. So I sit at the back and I don't want to fidget with the poor driver's things. I can't believe Karabo touches people's radios. He says he asks first. Sounds a little invasive to me, but I want to hear from all of you. 072 702 1702.
Your voice.
Your life.
Your afternoon radio.
On 702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
It's a big day coming up. Your chance to win 10,000 Rand. Hit primemediaplus.com and tell us why you would like to own a franchise. And we could be calling you back. Thanks to Cash Converters, your money, your momentum on 702 T's and C's apply.
Local entrepreneurs don't just deserve your business, they deserve your applause. Gauteng's Greatest Awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
Every business begins with heart, but it thrives with the support of its community. And no one backs Gauteng's entrepreneurial dreamers like 702, Yoko, and you. Over the past few weeks, we asked you to nominate and vote for your favorite local businesses, and you showed up. Now, the spotlight shifts to the winners, Gauteng's Greatest. Woo, woo, woo. This is the category Greatest Kids Party Area. And we know this is such a big deal. You want as a parent to be able to have a kids party area that is clean, that is safe, that is entertaining, has all the goodies in one place, and also is preferably adult friendly. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner for this year in the category of Greatest Kids Party Area is Bounce! Congratulations! Joining us on the line is the COO of Bounce Incorporated South Africa, Nicole Ware. Nicole, how are you doing?
Hey, Lebo, I'm doing a whole lot better after having just heard the great news.
I am so excited for you because your spot is so fantastic. My son is still begging to go on the big trampolines. He's still 4, but we're going to work our way up. What do you want to say to all of your supporters and everybody that voted for you?
I'd love to just say thank you. We absolutely love our customers, and it is such an honor for us at Bounce. 10 years ago, when we bought our global franchise brand to South Africa, we just had this dream of, creating a space where kids could celebrate, they could jump, they could have fun, they could be raucous, they could run around and just use up all that energy while mom, dad, and friends could sit back, relax, watch it, and enjoy a fantastic experience. Great cappuccino, put the kids in the car, go home, and everybody is happy. That was the dream, and I can honestly say we are very proud that we've won a number of awards, but I think this one would probably have to top them. So, I just want to say thank you to all our loyal customers. We love you guys, and we just love hosting. We just can't get enough. We've hosted thousands and thousands of parties, and it just continues. The fun just keeps getting better.
Nicole, I have to be honest. I think you guys are Greatest Kids Party Area, but technically for the adults. Let's just be honest. The adults enjoy the place much more than the kids do.
Absolutely. But I mean, what better way to convince the kids think they're having the best time, but we all know it's actually the adults. I mean, don't tell that secret out loud.
Goodness. Congratulations, Bounce South Africa. Your excellence hasn't gone unnoticed, and we see you are the best of the best in Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko. Now, behind every great Gauteng business, there's a greater system making it look easy. Introducing Yoko Counter, it's the smartest tool you will ever own, with payments and point of sale working together right out of the box. Ready to become the next greatest? Or rather, are you ready to become the next Gauteng's greatest? Go to yoko.com for more. And remember to show our winners some love. Visit them, experience their excellence firsthand. Keep supporting local small businesses and stay listening to 702 because there are more winners to be revealed.
Breathe in. Insurance. Breathe out. Pineapple. In. Insurance. Breathe out. Pineapple. Again. In. Insurance. Out. Pineapple. Again. And again.
Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
One festival, endless flavor, and 2 unforgettable days of timeless music. The DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star, returns on 20 and 21 September at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit. On Saturday, the stage erupts with Don Toliver, Questa, and Nkabi Zezwe. Then on Sunday, experience the legendary Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, Lyra, and more. The DSTV Delicious Festival, powered by Lotto Star. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
21 minutes after 1 o'clock, Franchise Your Future in Afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja, is brought to you by Cash Converters. Take charge of your financial future. Start your franchise journey with Cash Converters on 702. Now, if success were easy, everybody would be achieving it. But true success, especially in franchising, requires more than ambition. It's a craft, a discipline, and in many ways, an underrated art form. Franchising can be misunderstood or underestimated, but when done right, it offers one of the most powerful models for building sustainable, community-rooted businesses. Lerato Mashero, who joins us again, Digital Marketing Manager at Cash Converters South Africa, is with us today to explore the secrets of franchising. And if you're ready to take that first step, Cash Converters is giving away 10,000 Rand to help kickstart your journey to franchise your future. Enter now at primemediaplus.com and tell us why you want to open a franchise. Franchise your future on Afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja, brought to you by Cash Converters on 702. Lerato, welcome back. How are you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am doing well, and I'm excited for today.
Yeah,
it's a
me
big
too.
Day.
It is.
There's a lot going on today, okay? And I'm so loving this, the excitement that's happening on the show today. But you have so much experience in the Cash Converters business. So if somebody's looking to get into franchising, and I encourage all of you that have missed this wonderful conversation we've been having over the past few weeks, go to primemediaplus.com, download the app, head over to Cash Converters social media pages, LinkedIn. You can catch up with all the different conversations. But if someone is looking to get into franchising, what would you say are those personal qualities and habits that they need to have in order for them to transform a proven franchise model into a successful local business?
Okay. So I think the personal qualities will probably be discipline, consistency, and flexibility, because when you buy into a franchise, that certain franchise has a blueprint. So you need to be able to execute that blueprint every single day and have that discipline. And then from a habits perspective, it's a hands-on business. So you need to be in the store every single day. You need to be leading by example. You need to have the passion to serve your community. So those are the habits that you need to have if you want to take this business model to make it successful.
So how then do franchisors measure the success of its franchisees? Because obviously you are a baby of
Yes.
the big house. And what are those metrics or benchmarks that are used to evaluate their performance?
Yeah. So to be honest, at the moment, if if what the benchmarks are based on numerous aspects. So it's growth in sales, it's profitability, it's customer service, it's staff engagement. So if it's basically like also like a two-way street, like a two-way street. So yes, the franchisor will give you the tools and everything, but the franchisee is supposed to then be able to take those tools and be able to like make a profit out of it. So yes, revenue is important and compliance is also important, and operational guidance you'll receive. But I think we want to use all of that as it's holistically. So it's not just revenue. So it's everything else. Is your company making money? Is your franchise making money? Is it, servicing the customer journey or the customer experience? Is it compliant? Is it following the business model? So these are all other aspects that are that are measured when to determine whether it's a successful franchise or not.
So then what kind of support can franchisees actually expect from their franchisors, and would you say that support is going to determine the business's long-term success?
Yes, of course. So the support that is there, we have initial and ongoing training. We also have IT and marketing support, as I mentioned. You have operational guidance that's also there. And basically this, like when the franchisee comes on board, they probably don't know how to run a retail business or help a customer with their loans. So we have extensive training that happens. It's hands-on workshops. It's in-store shadowing. It's online modules, like everything. So we teach the franchisee everything from evaluating jewelry to handling customer loans. So as the knowledge gap goes, as soon as the training starts, you can actually see that the gap is getting smaller and smaller because they're actually learning. So because of the extensive training that we do, like any the franchisee will know that they have support, and from the get-go when that store opens, we're there to just walk that journey with them.
So as then the digital marketing manager at Cash Converters, what role do you think digital marketing and media plays in the success of a franchise, and how then can the franchisees leverage the digital channels to drive growth?
Okay, so this is the pulse of my heart. Like, I've been in digital for so long, and I remember when 10 years ago, when digital was still coming out, I remember there was a joke in the office where I used to work. It was like, oh, what does Lerato do for a living? No, she's on Facebook. That's all she does. And just watching the evolution of digital marketing and how the customer journey, especially when they are engaging with online platforms, it's very different now because everybody's on their phones. Everybody wants knowledge. If I want to know what are the operating hours, I'm on my phone. So it's very crucial for franchisees to have a digital footprint. More so because if you're on your social engines, your social media, your online marketplaces, you're engaging with a localized audience. So you're there on the pulse. If people are looking for you, you're there online. Anybody can see what information about your business or your franchise. And another thing is that it also gives the franchisees an opportunity to just showcase who they really are, their authenticity, their credibility, and showcase the kind of products that they have.
And I think it's such a great way also to connect with your community.
Exactly.
I know I rely on a lot of Facebook groups for so many things.
Yes.
What are those common misconceptions about franchising that you're like, guys, you need to know?
So I think the one misconception is that it's a business in a box. So I buy it and then I can then just give it to someone or a manager to run it and I'm good, which is not the case because you have to be hands-on, as I said.
Yeah.
You have to be in there, involved in the daily operations, making sure that it's running the way it is. Your business is serving the community. And then another misconception is that, yes, if I'm in this, if I sign up to be a franchisee, I don't have the freedom to do, to be me, which is also incorrect because yes, you need to follow the process and the systems, but you can also bring out a personal touch of yourself. So, for instance, a cash converter is in one location here and another location. Yes, the systems and the model is the same, but the vibe is very different.
Listen, when you go to Hill Fox or the red side and then you go Blackheath or it's not the same.
It's not the same.
And you get different products, different things.
Different things.
Final thoughts?
My final thought is, if there's anyone who's looking to build generational wealth, anyone who has an entrepreneurial mind, hey, so
the bundles are finishing.
So if you are looking to own your own business, and you're looking into a franchise, please get in touch with us. Visit us on our website, cashconverters.co.za. Get in touch with on our teams, and then we will definitely reach out and we can take it further. But yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, you're going to be here to witness such an awesome moment, because you can own a Cash Converters franchise today with 30 years of local and 40 years of global experience. Cash Converters is a trusted franchise brand. Their proven model offers 3 income streams. That's buying and selling secondhand goods, secured lending and unsecured lending, with new trading products and an expanding web shop. Joining Cash Converters in 2025 offers such exciting opportunities, and their turnkey model supports you from initial site selection and bank finance to multi-store ownership. And you can get into detail with all of it, primemediaplus.com, or download the app to catch up with all our other conversations. Find financial freedom. Join Cash Converters and make life happen. Now, we have been telling you about the 10,000 Rand that is available for somebody who really wants to franchise their future. And then somebody called. Relebogile Mabotja enters. Relebogile, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How? Is this a coincidence?
It is. Hey, because I'm also in business myself. So
yes.
Yeah.
All right, Bito, I'm not going to do you any favors. I just want to know, why do you want to own a franchise?
Okay, so I really work in a franchise myself, so I see how a unique of an opportunity it is, because you get an opportunity to work with a well-established brand that already has its own customer base, and market presence already. So getting that's just you get fed profits on a table, basically. So fast food industry is fast-paced, high demand, and there's sales there, there's money coming in. So for me, as a person who works in a franchise myself, I can see how good of a business it is. So I do have a business of my own. I do hope someday it will grow into, a bigger business.
Relebogile, I stopped listening when you said I already have a franchise. Then you said profit. Girl, 10,000 Rand is yours. Courtesy of Cash Converters. And this is going to help you start your own franchise. Congratulations. Please stay on the line as our producer will chat to you. I cannot wait to hear about store opening. Babes, Uribite, we must come support you over there. Congratulations to you. 10,000 Rand thanks to Cash Converters on 702. It's just after 1:30, time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Very good afternoon. Mining and manufacturing have kept the lights on for the South African economy as GDP records a 0.8% increase in the second quarter. This is the third consecutive quarter of growth following the first quarter's minimal 0.1%. The latest GDP figure is also the highest since the second quarter of 2023. The Water and Sanitation's Department is proposing that Johannesburg Water become a standalone service provider if it is to solve the city's water challenges. Parliament's Portfolio Committee has today heard that 4 billion Rand has been siphoned from the entity by the Joburg City Council, leaving no money for much-needed maintenance and repair of infrastructure. Joburg residents have been enduring weeks of intermittent water supply as the ailing reservoirs struggle to keep up with demand. And the eThekwini Metro and the city of Cape Town are amongst municipalities which have drawn the highest number of complaints at the South African Human Rights Commission. The Commission released a series of reports today focusing on the state of human rights in the country. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 2 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this hour, if you are traveling in and out of the Joburg CBD, we still have bumper traffic. This is in Selby, approaching the intersection of Main Reef Road and Church due to faulty traffic lights. Also, roadworks in the Devland area causing some delays. This is on the Golden Highway between Union and the N1. Otherwise, the rest of 702 land not looking too bad, and no serious accidents have been reported on our highways. However, look out for those faulty traffic lights still in the Randburg area at Malibongo Drive and Mahogany, as well as in Alex at Marlborough Drive and Far East Bank. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Local entrepreneurs don't just deserve your business, they deserve your applause. Gauteng's greatest awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
Every business begins with heart, but it thrives with the support of its community, and no one backs Gauteng's entrepreneurial dreamers like 702 Yoko and all of you 702 landers. Over the past few weeks, we asked you to nominate and vote for your favorite local businesses, and you showed up and showed out. Now the spotlight shifts to the winners, Gauteng's greatest. I did tell you we're going to be making some fantastic announcements today. This is a category that I know so many people are looking forward to, because I know so many sushi lovers in my life. Yo, are you ready for the winner of greatest sushi place in Gauteng? Congratulations, walk and roll! Your excellence hasn't gone unnoticed. We see you. You are the best of the best in Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko. Unfortunately, Walk and Roll cannot join us on air, but we are excited for them nonetheless. And don't forget, behind every great Gauteng business, there is a greater system making it look so easy. Introducing Yoko Counter, it's the smartest till you will ever own, with payments and point of sale working together right out of the box. Ready to become the next Gauteng's greatest? Then go to yoko.com for more. Don't forget, please show all of our winners some love. Visit them, experience their excellence firsthand, and keep supporting local small businesses, and stay listening to 702, because there are more winners to be revealed. Congratulations, Walk and Roll.
Brush, stroke, paint, color, protect, and admire. From roof paint to exterior textures and interior silk, Warrior Paints has it all. The product range and stylish colors are amazing. And what's more, Warrior Paints has crushed prices for incredible savings. Enjoy that good old-fashioned personal service you deserve. For price, quality, variety, and service, Warrior Paints is streets ahead. Warrior Paints. Affordable, lasting luxury.
This is Jade. She'll spend hours comparing almond milk and once made a spreadsheet just for sneakers. But when she found Santam, ASA's leading short-term insurer that offers a range of cover options, from vehicle to building and home contents, even she didn't overthink it. The kind of freedom Santam gives you takes some getting used to. Speak to your broker. Santam, this is freedom. Santam is an authorized FSP, a licensed non-life insurer and controlling company for its group companies.
Your voice.
Your life.
Your afternoon radio.
On 702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
22 minutes to 2 o'clock. And I have been asking all of you earlier around where you sit in your e-hailing rides. I sit proudly at the back for my own reasons. But now I'm like, should I be sitting at the front? Because of cash, child lock. Baby, it's like child lock. 011-883-0702, the WhatsApp line 072-702 and 702. A voice note says, I sit in the front seat for the airbag. I hear you on that one. Relebogile. Oh, wow. Do you want to hear my new nickname? Abel. Relebogile. I always sit in the front seat to make it look like I'm riding with my chomi, to avoid any threats of the Inkabis and taxi and e-hailing turf wars. I even asked the driver to take his phone holder off the phone holder to not jump Isa. This is such a sad thing. I've heard of people who have had to kiss their Uber drivers to prove, in inverted commas, that they are a couple and not an e-hailing service. Like, it's so wild. Afternoon, Relebogile. As for me, I do just like what Karabo Jali does. I sit in the front seat. I ask the driver to connect my phone via Bluetooth. I play my favorite music. After all, it's my show. I will pay at the end of the trip. Steve in Gold Roof City, good for you. I've never actually asked an Uber driver. Okay, I'll tell you the one time. I didn't connect my Bluetooth to the Uber driver, but I made him search for music. I was in Paris at the time, and he was asking me where I'm from. And I was like, have you heard Amapiano? And he said, Amapiano? And then I said, put a DJ, Uncle Waffles. And then that's the one time I made the Uber driver play music, is to play him Amapiano. Another one says, I sit in the front for safety. There are certain areas where it's not safe for e-hailing drivers, so they ask that I sit in the front seat. I have done this both in Pretoria and Cape Town. Lebo, I sit at the back on the opposite side of the driver. I do not like the front. Oh, some of your voice notes on 072 702 1702.
Good day, Relebogile. My name is Daniel. I'm an Uber driver myself. On the topic about people sitting in the front, I don't mind people sitting in the front. They can actually come, sit in the front with me. But I think touching the radio, changing radio stations and all that, I mean, I think they should first ask, and they mustn't just switch radio stations as they please. I think there should be that mutual respect for one another.
Hi, Gilly. Probably in Orange Farm. Gilly, I'm a driver myself. It feels awkward to find out that the person is sitting in the front. It really feels awkward because we don't know each other. Yeah, at each other's space. But my advice to all people who ride in e-hailing: get in the back, be comfortable, and that's it. Nothing will happen to you. Promise you.
Hi, Owa King in the East Rand here. Well, when it comes to e-hailing services, with me, I just sit anywhere I want, but most of the times I actually just sit in the front because it's only two of us in the car, so I feel like I'm gonna sit with you because it's only the two of us, and also one of the reasons is because I talk a lot, so yeah.
Okay, I think that there are some valid explanations and thoughts here. Another WhatsApp says, I sit in front for security reasons. If you sit at the back, you make it very clear to the taxi lunatics that it's an Uber and you can be killed. So I'm always in the front, is a message that I got. Another one says, I'm always in the front seat. That way I can chat to the driver. It is so fascinating. I didn't expect to hear from one of the Uber drivers themselves saying, do not sit in the front. Do not touch my radio. Sit in the back and relax. Mzwai Georgiana says, I like to sit in the back and cheerfully chat while inquiring, do you have Bluetooth? I absolutely love that for us. Keep your messages coming on 072 702 1702 as we chat about e-hailing services and where exactly you sit when you are in the ride.
Your voice.
Your life.
Your afternoon radio.
On 702 Afternoons.
With Relebogile Mabotja.
The International City and County Managers Global Exchange Program, brought to you by Salga, is currently underway in Joburg. The program brings together municipal leaders from across the world to share knowledge and practical solutions to common local government challenges. Ray White is there right now, and we're going to check in with him for a bit of an update. Ray, how are you doing?
Oh, we're very good. We're very good. What a very interesting day it's been with Bukhile. It really has been. It really, really has been.
Okay, so tell us what is happening on the ground. I mean, you're getting first-hand experience right there.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, it's about data and artificial artificial intelligence today. I mean, this is just one of the things. We've done crime experiences overseas with crime, how they countered crime. I'm loving our government, though, because the Director of Project Management in the Office of the Presidency, Sikukile Duma, he basically spent the last half hour talking about data, user-driven tech, digital services, digital IDs, digital payments, digital exchange. Our government is moving in another direction. And I thought that was very interesting because we've also got CMCs here as well from the United States. I listened to Jessica Hoffman, the Assistant City Administrator from Wentzville, Missouri, and she said AI all the way. It's what we've got to do. And then take it home as well. Employees can take it home. And so all in all, it's been about getting together with our international counterparts and making sure things are moving. But they really are moving, I think, in the right direction.
Definitely. So all about data and AI. But I know you've got a guest joining you, Ray.
I do indeed. With me is Fikile Shabangu, who is a Senior Manager for Municipal HR and Organizational Development at Selga. I'm going to pass the phone across. Fikile, good to have you with us. What are some of your takeaways from today?
Awesome. We featured the City of Guruleni, the head of department for strategic HR and talent management. She shared a very good case study on how to manage the political and the administration interface to just deal with the issue of political interference. How do you win your council as a key stakeholder to facilitate the implementation of the norms and standards, adherence to best practice in the appointments, in strategizing the HR function, so that all the appointments, all the talent or the human capital of the city is able to deliver on its integrated development plan. So it was a good for us that we were able to share that with the room, which was full of about 200 plus practitioners and city managers and practitioners in the human capital management space. So we learned a lot from that case study on how to manage the political admin interface, adhering to best practice, avoiding the instructions that would kind of like hamper a best practice. But we also heard from Betsy Keller, one of our international delegates, how to measure return on investment on all what we spend in terms of leadership development. We know, for an example, that as we are headed towards the next local government election, immediately after the election, SALGA facilitates the induction or onboarding of councillors that are newly elected, and that's plus minus 8,000 or 9,000 councillors, and that comes at a huge cost. So Betsy shared with us, what that means. How do we prepare so that we measure the return of that investment?
There we go. It's interesting today. Fikile Shabangu, thank you so much, Senior Manager, Municipal HR and Organizational Development. So, Relebogile, from AI to our elections next year, lots to happen.
Definitely lots to happen. Ray White, thank you so much for sharing there with us. And thank you so much, Fikile Shabangu. Now, South African municipalities face tough challenges every day, from infrastructure breakdowns to service delivery protests, through the International City and County Managers Global Exchange Program and the Talent Management Seminar. Our local government leaders gain new ideas, proven solutions, and international partnerships to bring real change back home. Because when municipalities work better, communities live better.
So Taryn, you've just graduated cum laude, but nothing says you're a genius quite like selling your car to We Buy Cars.
Absolutely. My car was an 18th birthday present and it's time to move on to something a bit more mature.
So where did you hear about We Buy Cars?
All of my friends are using We Buy Cars. I would have had legit FOMO if I hadn't used them. And it was so quick. I did it on my laptop while sending around my CV.
Smart move, Taryn. Graduated and upgraded. We Buy Cars. Geared for success. Geared for you.
At the heart of global conversations shaping the future, Africa's voice matters more than ever. As Africa's largest bank by assets and lead sponsor of the B20 Summit, Standard Bank Group is proud to spotlight the continent's growth partnerships and potential on the world stage. Through informed dialogue and powerful partnerships, Standard Bank is driving sustainable growth where it matters most. Standard Bank is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Local entrepreneurs don't just deserve your business, they deserve your applause. Gauteng's greatest awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
Every business begins with heart, but it thrives with the support of its community, and no one backs Gauteng's entrepreneurial dreamers like 702 Yoko and you. Over the past few weeks, we asked you to nominate and vote for your favorite local businesses, and you showed up. Now the spotlight shifts to the winners of Gauteng's greatest in the category of greatest shisanyama, because we need to know where we're going when we need that smoke, that fire, that flavor. It goes nice with a cold one. The greatest shisanyama of the year is Mpho's Restaurant. And joining us in studio, we have Mpho Rahube, owner of Mpho's Restaurant, together with co-owner Kgothatso Makaisane. Gents, congratulations.
And thanks a lot.
How are you feeling?
Great.
Bona, you guys are going to where are you putting the frame? Everybody. Or you have voted?
Front
door.
The best.
You have to tell me, for you, what is the secret to a great shisanyama?
It's a spice.
A spice?
Yes. Unique spice.
The way we do things. Our voice, we studied it from
scratch.
Yes.
Oh, homemade.
Yes.
And secret spice. You must never tell people.
You don't tell people your secret spice.
Never. I thought you were gonna say you must choose this chicory wood and what wood for the what soak spice. And then be honest. Are you a lamb or a beef guy? Because for me, I feel like as South Africans, shisanyama beef, but I'm a lamb girl. No, guys, come to Team Lamb.
No, we need to accommodate you next time. You must come.
No, we do have lamb.
You've got lamb.
It's a bit expensive.
It's expensive because I'm an expensive girl, guys. How? Why is it expensive?
No,
and then what are we having on the side with the shisanyama? A cold one.
A cold one. Obviously, go along.
Where do we find your business, gents?
We are situated in 10903 Leruma Crescent at extension 14.
Fosloras.
Aye, but tobacco Foslo, raising the Foslo flag. Hi, congratulations, gents. I'm so happy for you. We need to go shop around there by Mpho's Restaurant. The people have spoken and they want your fiery shisanyama. From grill to till, Yoko Counter lets you trace sales, stock and staff, take payments fast and cash up faster, all in one payment and point of sale system, straight out of the box. Less admin. Total control. That's Yoko Counter. Ready to upgrade your business? Then go to yoko.com and remember to show our winners some love. We already said Fosloras Mpho's Restaurant is the one that needs some love. Visit them, experience their excellence firsthand. Keep supporting local small businesses and stay listening to 702 because there are more winners to be revealed.
702 Tech Feature.
Tech feature now at 8 minutes to 2 o'clock. And in our tech feature for today, we are going to just take a moment, and I hope you guys are going to be showing absolutely everybody some love when it comes to Yoko and our guests that have been joining us in studio. All this announcement with all the Gauteng's greatest winners. Now, in our tech feature for today, we're going to talk about this tech that we will be using to get direct access to verified experts on video calls. And we know this is so important, having verified experts. So we're joined by Olusegun Adeleke, founder of Pack App. Please help me how to pronounce the name of the app. We're going to take a break.
In the last 24 hours, this is what's happened in your world.
One of the evidence leaders for the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry into Police believes there will be evidence that the commission hears which won't be made public. Advocate Matthew Chaskelson, who was part of the evidence leaders of the Zondo Commission into State Capture, spoke to the media during a briefing in Pretoria yesterday.
Some of the evidence we gather will include evidence from undercover agents who have been placed in criminal syndicates by the SAPS. and to the SAPSUs in their attempts to break these criminal syndicates.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Mzansi, set your sights on playing Powerball and Powerball Plus for 114 million rand in total guaranteed jackpots this Tuesday. You heard right, play Powerball for the guaranteed 57 million rand and Powerball Plus for the guaranteed 57 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Panda, push a play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. YouTube is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
What does extraordinary mean to you? Is it infinite scalability? Or knowing your critical data is safe? Or choosing the best cloud for your business needs? Only Vodacom Business offers 5 cloud providers all under one roof. Search Vodacom Business Cloud. Together, let's build the extraordinary. Vodacom Business. Further together.
702 Tech Feature.
5 minutes to 2 o'clock, time for our tech feature. So we're going to do that. Take 2. Joining us at 5 minutes to 2 is Olusegun Adeleke, founder of Pack app. And this app gives you direct access to verified experts on video calls. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
What inspired you to actually develop this app?
That's a good question. So if you notice that the problem that Pack is basically solving is actually a general one. It's a global problem. Access to expertise, access to the direct people, access to the likes of yourself. All right. So basically, the idea of having to solve a problem that basically solves the issue of having to send cold emails and they're not getting a response. Trying to do your sales intelligently, however, still goes to void. Trying to obviously tap from your influencers as a fan, but then you really don't hear back from them. See, this is the problem that is basically a global one, and we're told, why not solve it? Why not now?
What I'm so excited to hear about is the fact that there's a monetization opportunity. So it's not just about people getting access to experts.
Absolutely.
Experts also can get access to potential clients. How does that all work?
That makes a lot of sense. So the whole currency that we actually spend in this world is not even rands. It's actually time. So you are basically trying to tell another person to leave whatever it is that they're doing to attend to yours. So with Pack, you basically get to pay for their time. And if you are the person that has the knowledge to share, or you believe you are the expert that people should book and have a video call with, then you are the one that will be getting paid. So basically, the whole idea of paying for someone's time, right, Pack has been able to solve that effortlessly. It's so hard for some people experts to actually ask questions, to actually say, pay me for my time and we'll see what we can do. Money conversation is always a hard thing.
And the nice thing, it's right there. It's in your face. You already know how much. If, let's say, like you said, you want to have any kind of expert, it can even be a plumber, where you say, before I get anybody to come out, if you're like, car mechanic, quickly look here before.
Absolutely.
Are there any hidden fees? Like if now somebody wants to go and start searching, are they going to be given these random other fees when they're trying to get this expert?
Oh, yeah. No, I've actually gotten that type of question as well. And I'll tell you, there are no hidden fees. However, to obviously keep this sort of a platform going and to obviously be able to keep our engineers constantly at work, security-wise and all that, Pack does take commission fees. And that's it. 20% commission fees.
Which is standard.
Which is standard. Yes. And actually, other platforms, they actually take about 30%. Upward.
I got
Upward.
You. Yeah. I see what you did there.
Right.
I see what you did there. And then in terms of the fields, is it diverse? Are there all kinds of fields or is it like industry specific?
That's a good question. So Pack is not for a niche or specific industry. However, should you call yourself an expert in any profession, in any field, and you do believe that people are always coming to you, asking for follow-ups, asking for questions, trying to get into your DMs on LinkedIn, and then you never actually reply back, not because you don't want to reply back, but because you don't have the time to. Not because you don't want to help them, but because you just don't feel like it is worth your time. Look, PAC is for you. Are you an accountant? Are you a psychologist? Are you even a plumber? Are you an AI specialist? PAC is for you.
Okay, and I think I'm very much sold on this, and all of you can head over PAAQ. Why spelled like that, if I may ask?
Please ask any question.
Oh! Listen, do we not get the coolest guests on this show?
Hello?
Please ask any question. Okay. I see what I'm sold. I'm downloading the app right now. So it's available Google Play, on your Apple, iOS, everything.
Excluding Huawei for now.
For now.
For now.
You're working on it.
We're on to you.
You are working on it.
To you.
Because we don't want Huawei people now being like, now I must go buy an iPhone. For PAC. I absolutely love it. PAAQ is the app. .app, and go and check out what they're doing. Download it. Put yourself up with your skills. Monetize. Make yourself that side hustle, or go and look for services where that is. Coming up in the next hour of the show, we are announcing more winners in Gauteng's greatest. We've got boutique shop, local designer. We also have the bookshop. We have our series edition on Midlife, renewal, and we also have our car feature talking the hidden risk lurking in South Africa's used car market. It's 2:00.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. Mining, manufacturing and trade have been highlighted as sectors which gave the economy its biggest boost in the second quarter of the year. During this period, the economy surpassed growth expectations, ticking up by 0.8%. It follows an increase of 0.1% in the previous quarter. Stats SA released the latest GDP print today amid concerns that the country's economy continues to struggle to hit the right notes. Stats SA General Ruzenga Maluleke says construction was amongst the underperformers during the period under review.
Mining grew at 3.7%. Agriculture grew at 2.5%, having contributed 0.1 of a percentage point. And indeed, manufacturing growth 1.8%, contribution 0.2 percentage point. Trade 1.7%, having contributed 0.2 of a percentage point.
The eThekwini Metro and the city of Cape Town are amongst municipalities which have drawn the highest number of complaints at the South African Human Rights Commission. The Commission released a series of reports today focusing on the state of human rights in the country. 6 municipalities have been flagged for receiving the highest number of complaints from residents related to their failure to observe and enforce human rights. Head of Research Dr. Martin Ntsibirwa says most of these complaints stemmed from the failure to deliver basic services.
The highest number of complaints were against the eThekwini municipality, and then Rustenburg, and then Polokwane, Cape Town, and Victor Kanye and Joel Khabi district municipalities. Those were the 5 top respondents in terms of municipalities. As two are tied.
Let's stay with municipal matters. The Water and Sanitations Department is proposing that Joburg Water becomes a standalone service provider if it is to solve the city's water challenges. Today, Parliament's Portfolio Committee heard that 4 billion rand has been siphoned from the entity by the Joburg City Council. This has left little or no money for much-needed maintenance as well as infrastructure repairs. Joburg residents have been enduring weeks of water supply challenges as reservoirs struggle to keep up with demand. Lindsay Dentlinger has more.
The Water and Sanitation Department has told Parliament that it's not through a lack of funding from national government that many of the country's municipalities are experiencing water supply problems, but rather the way in which the money is being spent. Director General Sean Phillips, who's part of the Joburg Presidential Working Group, says at the heart of the city's water troubles is the way in which Joburg Water is funded.
Unfortunately, with the financial difficulties faced by the city has swept more than 4 billion rand out of Joburg Water's accounts and not put them back. And this has resulted in a situation where many of those contracts have come to a halt because the contractors haven't been paid.
Deputy Minister David Mashlobo says by water revenue going into the city's coffers instead of Joburg Water, it's causing an infrastructure investment shortfall of over 3 billion rand a year, with less than R1 billion invested annually. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
The Cooperative Governance Department is confident it will be able to turn the troubled Sobotla municipality around. The Northwest municipality has recently been placed under administration following issues of maladministration and poor service delivery. Today, COGTA Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa is meeting with councillors from the municipality to communicate the recovery plan. Thabiso Goba has more.
For the second time since the 2021 local government elections, national government has been forced to intervene in the embattled Sobotla municipality. In 2022, the municipal council was dissolved and there was fresh by-elections at all its wards. The decision came after there were 2 mayors, 2 speakers and 2 municipal managers appointed at the municipality at the same time. COGTA Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa says his mandate is to make sure the municipality works.
I'm very confident. I'm of the view that the provincial government wants to see this municipality working. Even most of councillors, not all of them, are willing to see services going to the people.
Hlabisa has called on all councillors to put their personal and political rivalries aside and work together in fixing the municipality. Thabiso Goba, Eyewitness News.
And the International Criminal Court has begun presenting evidence to support charges against Ugandan warlord Joseph Kony. This is the Global Court's first ever in absentia hearing. Kony, the founder and leader of the Lord's Resistance Army, faces accusations of war crimes and crimes against humanity. He has been on the run for decades now and has never been caught despite a $5 million bounty on his head from the United States. Legal experts say the proceedings could act as a blueprint for other high-profile ICC suspects at large, including Russian President Vladimir Putin and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Gold is trading at $3,654.28 an ounce. The rand is at 17.47 to the dollar, 23.74 to the pound, 20.56 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $66.03 a barrel.
Heading in and out of the Joburg CBD, you can still expect some delays. This is in the Selby area on Main Reef Road between Production and Anderson due to faulty traffic lights at Church Street. Also, traffic lights out of order in Edenville at Modderfontein Road and Van Riebeck, as well as in Rand Park Ridge at Beyersnodie and the N1.
It's a partly cloudy afternoon in Gauteng today with isolated showers and thundershowers expected. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 27 and 28 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour, mining, manufacturing and trade have been highlighted as sectors which gave the economy its biggest boost in the second quarter of the year.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja.
Live, streaming countrywide
On the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
Seven minutes after 2 o'clock, the second and final hour of 7:02 afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja. Don't worry, we're still going to be announcing more of Gauteng's greatest. We've got 2 more categories to go in this show, bookshop and local designer or boutique shop. And I'm so excited for these businesses. So what Yoko is doing together with 702 and of course all of you is the most. Let's continue to support small businesses. We always speak about small businesses being the solve for this unemployment crisis that we are living in, and it requires all of us to step up and support in our very own communities. Now, coming up in this hour, we are going to be continuing. It's episode 2 of our series edition on Midlife Renewal. We'll be joined by Mitch Lecher as we talk about reinventing health. I'm looking forward to this conversation. Then our car feature We're going to talk about the hidden risk lurking in South Africa's used car market. Now, we know this is something we cover all the time, but the scams keep improving. With everything that evolves, the scams improve. So we'll keep talking about it. Make sure you listen in. As we know from our consumer rights feature with Wendy Nola knows that there are always issues, particularly around buying of vehicles. Kruben Reddy will join us for that, founder and CEO of Credo Mobility. So get in touch with us. Give us a call. 011 883 0702. SMS us 31702. Tweet at Relebogile M at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 afternoons and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702.
Series Edition.
Series Edition time. Our series for the month of September is Midlife Renewal. Today, which is episode 2, we're talking about reinventing your health, and we're going to cover a couple of things. We're joined in studio by health and wellness fanatic and winner of the female physique category of the Next Opulent Model Competition, and fresh off the plane from Greece, Midge Ledger. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Lebo, thank you so much for having me today, and hello to all the listeners.
Firstly, you need to tell us how awesome was Greece.
It was fantastic. It's been on my bucket list for so many years, and my husband and I finally got to go. We did Athens and we did 2 islands, and it was incredible.
I want to ask if travel is one of the things you would recommend for reinventing your health.
Of course. The more we see out there and experience the different cultures and ways, climates, the more we can enrich our lives and grow.
And I think also it does something to your nervous system being out of your comfort zone. As crazy as it sounds, you would think your nervous system gets a bad shock, but I think it's a positive shock if you really go with an open mind for new experiences, because sometimes the comfort levels we're stuck in, I feel, are making us sick.
That is for sure. We live in little bubbles in South Africa, and you need to break out of it. I don't think it's completely healthy. So I totally agree with you.
So let's kick off. I mean, you have had a life that is filled with being a health fanatic. Can you tell us what actually inspired you to have this type of lifestyle and to be this committed?
I think it goes back to when I was 23 years old, and my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, and unfortunately from diagnosis to death, she died. It was 4 months.
Oh,
and
very short.
A very short time frame. So I didn't really have time to realize the severity of the situation. And it was at that moment of her death that I realized how fragile life is and how fragile our health is. And I just almost went on this this mission to learn more about health and wellness. For me, our bodies are one of the most magnificent machines, if you think about it. It's a gift and a blessing to have our bodies, and we take them for granted. I mean, if you think about a car, for example, we get a new car and you wash it and keep it clean and you polish it, you do your services. Why would you not do the same with your bodies? Why would you not feed it correctly and train it correctly? Look after our bodies. And that's where the journey started.
I'm so sorry about the loss of your mom. I know when it comes to cancer in particular, it's a difficult one to watch and be a part of those lost moments. Absolutely heart-wrenching. But I'm so glad it inspired this in you, because this has become such an intense passion in your life. And I'm curious, you've spoken about how you are treating your body like that brand new, let's call it the Ferrari, where you don't even want a single paint chip. You want to make sure that when you are selecting what fuel to pour in, it's the specific fuel. Sure. When you do the oils, when you take it in, even when you take it on that Sunday drive, you know your car's low, you're not going to be driving through the potholes easily.
Exactly.
Outside of what we eat and drink and how we move our bodies, what have you learned are some of the important things that go into reinventing your health? Because I almost feel like majority of us generally know the things that are bad for us, right? But we sometimes get stuck in just it not coming together.
I think for me, it's making that first step. I don't know what it is about people, but we think that we know what we need to do, but we just don't get into doing it. And so it's making that first step. It doesn't have to ever be anything extreme in life. You don't have to suddenly go from nothing to, giving up smoking or going into training 5 times a week. It's just those baby steps. For example, when I talk about fitness, you need to do what you love. Not everyone wants to be in a gym. So start with the things that you love. Maybe walking the dogs, hiking with your family, gardening, take up dancing. And then there's little things that you can do, like park as far away from shop entrances as you can. Don't take elevators and lifts. Walk. Do air squats in the shower. It's just those baby steps. And we always try and look at this big thing and look at people that look amazing or the ideals on magazine covers. And it takes, I've been a lifetime of training. It's just who I am. It's never too late to start, but just start somewhere. Start somewhere, make that first step.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we continue on this series edition on Midlife Renewal, talking reinventing health. I want to hear from all of you ladies and gents that are midlife. Let's call it 40 plus, right? And share with us what you have done to reinvent your own health. Was it getting some inspiration from something that maybe was devastating in your life? Was it something you've been doing your whole life? Was it starting by parking far from the mall? Was it changing how you're eating? Maybe you're doing things from scratch. 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
Aubrey Masango.
Weekday evenings,
8 to midnight.
William L., Senior Training Coordinator at the Institute for Security Studies. Did we have folks from the M23 and Rwandan militia in the country?
Yeah, they have been invited by the Thabo Mbeki Foundation to attend the peace conference, and they were at Magaliesburg.
Should the government have known that they were here?
They were supposed to have known because these people needed visas, so they received their visas. The minister denied that he had any knowledge of them being there while he was actually addressing the conference.
Aubrey Masango.
8 to midnight on 702.
702.
When I say insurance, you say pineapple. Insurance.
Pineapple.
Insurance.
Pineapple.
Insurance. Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Every day, South Africans are being squeezed to make ends meet. That's why they're Still Good, a new online platform where you can save up to 65% on groceries by buying Still Good value bags, packed with groceries by leading retailers that are still perfectly good, just close to their sell-by date. You win by saving, retailers win by cutting food waste, and communities win as Still Good donates 10% of their earnings to food charities. Visit stillgood.co.za. Start getting more bang for your buck with Still Good.
Mzansi, set your sights on playing Powerball and Powerball Plus for 114 million rand in total guaranteed jackpots this Tuesday. You heard right. Play Powerball for the guaranteed 57 million rand and Powerball Plus for the guaranteed 57 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Panda Pusher Play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
702 and corporates that care with Ekwele are talking about Ekwele's commitment to uplifting communities across South Africa.
From Ekwele's side, we get a lot of requests for water. I think the access to clean drinking and safe water has become a daily challenge for many people. So we get a lot of requests. We really deliver hundreds and thousands of bottles every year. Recently, we saw a need for a more longer-term solution, more sustainable water solutions. When we turned 25, we delivered 25 water tanks to 25 communities all over South Africa. And it was really heartwarming to see what a difference a tank can make. The first tank we put up was at a school in Groudeville and KwaZulu-Natal, and the principal told us now they don't need to close their school anymore because sometimes they had to close school early because they didn't have water.
Ekwele, making a positive impact one drop at a time. Learn more at ekwele.co.za. 702. Let's walk the talk.
702.
Series Edition.
19 minutes after 2 o'clock, we continue with episode 2 on our series on midlife renewal, talking reinventing health. And we're together with Mitch Letcher, health wellness fanatic, winner of the female physique category of the next opulent model competition. Now, Mitch has been sharing with us how she came to this point of what some would describe as a health freak, but I think that implies that you're being extreme as opposed to it just being a part of your lifestyle. Your calls on 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. We have your voice notes that is standing by. And before we go to them, Mitch, I mean, there are so many different stages of life when it comes to anybody that is just aging. What have you needed to adjust to accommodate your different phases as a woman, you know, from your hormone changes and all of those things? What have you had to adjust in your day-to-day health routine?
Well, as we age, we go through a process called sarcopenia, which is a natural process of muscle loss, balance, your functionality. And as a woman, especially going through menopause, through to the estrogen level drops, we get major muscle depletion and bone density loss. So for me, what is important is to get under control your hormonal irregularities, and sort out your form of exercise, because you do not want to lose any muscle. It's hard to create that muscle and you want to hold on to it. Think about an older person. If they fall downstairs, you want to be able to catch yourself, hold on to the railing to catch yourself. If you do not take care of your training, you will not be able to do things like that. So for me, that is vital. You know, it took me a long time. I went into premature menopause at the age of 38.
Is premature menopause the same as perimenopause?
Yes, yes. Perimenopause comes before full-on menopause.
I got
but
you.
Premature, you know, menopause typically within your 50s, but it can happen at any time. And I just happened to go into menopause at the age of 38.
Wow!
And so it took me a long time to figure out what to do. And because I'd lost my mum through breast cancer, I was very anti going on hormone replacement. So you need to go to the right people, the right professionals to get the right advice, both exercise-wise, hormonal-wise, to be able to move into these different phases of our lives. Even exercise, you need to exercise differently as a woman. There needs to be a lot of focus on strength and multiple joint exercises. You need to eat extra protein. You need to do plyometric movements, which is your jump training, because this places a mechanical load on the bones, which is very good for bone density. We need heart and lung health. That's why we need to do a mixture of long cardio bursts with high intensity bursts. So there's definitely things that you need to do, but you need to be aware of them.
All right. We've got a voice note on 072 702 1702.
Hi, good afternoon, Relebogile. It's Nora here in Heidelberg. Oh, it's been difficult for me. I'm 48 years old. I've just moved into my new house. With that, I decided, okay, new me, everything, including the house. So I stopped smoking. It's only just been a week and I'm struggling. And I started walking. I do these power walks every morning. So my body is still in pain and I'm struggling with the stop smoking bit. Somebody said to me, I shouldn't stop completely. I should cut down until I stop. But I can really feel that I'm struggling. Is there any tips that your guests can give? I mean, I drink a lot of water. I do a walking in the morning. I stop the smoking. It's been very hard. The diet thingy, I'm trying, but it's not really working out. Baby steps, I guess.
Congratulations, 1 week.
Exactly.
You went cold turkey.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. And I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are, Mitch, but I almost feel like intuitively a person will know what they can handle. Yeah. So having other people say, no, you must not, like, they don't live your life. I don't know what your thoughts are and advice are.
So what I'd like to say is definitely congratulations, because the fact that you're a week in is more than a lot of people. And what you need to bear in mind is that we are all so different and unique. So if you are struggling with the giving up of smoking, it possibly tells me that for you to go hard turkey is maybe too much for you, because what you might find is that it's just becoming too hard and then you just fall off the wagon and you start smoking again. So I would start with, cutting back rather, making those, I don't know how many cigarettes you smoke today, but, going from 30 a day to 25 a day, or just cut back a little bit. Make the small changes, because that hard cut for a lot of people is too brutal, and that's where people make a mistake, and you'll find that you'll be smoking in no time. It's like these fad diets. With regards to eating, make those small changes. Don't try and follow this, where you're counting your calories and you're weighing everything. Just start reading labels. You know what's bad for you. Too much sugar. It's cut back on all the chips and the cakes. And not to say that you need to do it all the time. Have one less. It's always those small little steps that add up to the big changes in your life. And you will get there in your own time for your body.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, if you guys want to follow Mitch and her journey, and I'm sure she'll respond to your DMs, head over to @misfit_RSA, and that miss is not 2 S's, it's 1 S. And you can also head over to her website, misfit-wellness.com, and you can be able to get some inspiration, some motivation, and some information as well, because we are really just trying to get to the better versions of ourselves. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lebo, and have a good afternoon.
Local entrepreneurs don't just deserve your business, they deserve your applause. Gauteng's Greatest Awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
Every business begins with heart, but it thrives with the support of its community, and no one backs Gauteng's entrepreneurial dreamers like 702 Yoko and, of course, all of you. Over the past few weeks, we asked you to nominate and vote for your favorite local businesses, and you showed up. Now the spotlight shifts to the winners, Gauteng's Greatest. And this is the category of Greatest Boutique Shop and Local Designer. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner for this year is Rosa Handmade in South Africa. And joining us in studio is the founder and owner of Rosa Handmade in South Africa, who is a creative crochet artist. Welcome. How are you feeling?
Listen, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I'm not sure whether I have won or we're just here for an interview. So this is great. This is a great surprise. So I'm ecstatic.
Firstly, you're not leaving with that. It's colo, ne?
It's colo, yeah.
It's coming. It's crocheted, guys. It is so beautiful. How? Okay, I've tried to crochet.
Yeah.
Multiple people try to teach me. I'm a knitter. I'm not a crocheter.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's the one that? What made you decide you want to go into it like as a business and not just a hobby?
You see, firstly, yes, I started as a hobby, but then the teaching, my mother taught me how to. She actually taught all of us as kids how to, because she's an avid crocheter herself.
Oh, nice.
We all had to know how to. But back then, I never completed a single thing. It was just like, okay, let's just learn the technique. And you know, when you're a child, you focus.
Yes.
But then many years later, I come back to it now. Now I'm inspired by my daughter. I'm like, my mom used to make us stuff. I should be able to still know how to. She's so cute. Let me make something for her. That's me now going back to it.
I love it for your mom. She's like, I told you.
Yes, yeah, no, absolutely. You know, you have to be able to do something with your hands. She's like really passionate about that. Yeah, so I start as a hobby again, inspired by my daughter, to try and make something for her. Then, you know, it just comes back to me like, yeah, very fresh. And then, yeah, as time goes on and one is experimenting with different yarns and what else can I do? What else can I do with this materials, with this technique? And before you know it, it becomes a business now, because I had found a certain type of yarn, t-shirt yarn, which is actually a recycled yarn.
I discovered this recently because then the product is a little bit thicker and firmer.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's on the thicker side. So
there's a handbag. Oh my God. Okay, where can people find your business and support it?
They need to come and see what we do, and especially because they get to witness us doing it real time on site.
Yes.
So it's authentic handcrafting. They get to witness and partake in. We're at Prison Break Market in the Crafter Shed, and it's Rosa Handmade in SA there. We've got a little cute boutique store, beautifully curated on the shelves, but at the same time, so much character. We love to play with color. We love to do patterns, but then we also teach our craft. So people are able to learn our skills as well. So we teach hand crocheting. We also teach hand knitting, where people then get to participate themselves. But then, you know, we're so passionate about what we do, really. And it's just a story of us going out on a limb. Personally, myself, I left my career to do this.
Guys, this lady doesn't know she's leaving with pretty much nothing. I'm going to give her a plastic to put her, because I'm taking the bag. I'm taking everything because it's absolutely beautiful. Congratulations to you. Your excellence really hasn't gone unnoticed.
Wow.
And we see you. 702 Landers see you. You are the best of the best in Gauteng's greatest awards with 702 and Yoko. And you don't just follow trends. You set them now. You've got the title to match. Yoko Counter helps you speed through sales, monitor inventory, track your top sellers, and manage your staff all in one system. Straight out the box. It's the smartest till you will ever own. That's Yoko Counter, ready to grow. Go to yoko.com. Now remember to show all of our winners some love. Visit them and experience their excellence firsthand. If you missed any of the winners, primediaplus.com. Keep supporting local small businesses and stay listening to 702, because there are more winners to be revealed.
Oh, wow.
It's just after 2:30, time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. Mining and manufacturing have kept the lights on for the South African economy as GDP records a 0.8% increase in the second quarter. This is the third consecutive quarter of growth, following the first quarter's minimal 0.1%. The latest GDP figure is also the highest since the second quarter of 2023. The eThekwini Metro and the city of Cape Town are amongst municipalities which have drawn the highest number of complaints at the South African Human Rights Commission. The Commission has released a series of reports today focusing on the state of human rights in the country. 6 municipalities have been flagged for receiving the highest number of complaints from residents related to their failure to observe and enforce human rights. And in the Western Cape, Mitchell's Plain residents say crime has reached crisis levels, and they are pleading with the acting police minister, Feroz Kachalia, for more policing resources. Kachalia is visiting Western Cape crime hotspots this week to engage with all residents. Gang-related shootings have increased in areas including Mitchell's Plain, Atlantis, Athlone, Mfuleni and Muizenberg in the recent weeks. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 3, or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this hour, if you're leaving the Pretoria CBD, there's slow-moving traffic in the Hermanstad area. This is on Eskiam Patlele between Van der Hof and the R80. Also, traveling in and out of the Joburg CBD, we have those faulty traffic lights approaching the intersection of Church and Main Reef Road, slowing down traffic. Also, There's slow-moving traffic due to roadworks in the Devland area heading towards El Dorado Park. That's on the Golden Highway between the N1 and Union Avenue. Also, traffic lights not working in the Rand Park Ridge area at Bears, Nodia, and the N1. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
702 delivers
on the matters that matter to you.
My name is Orina, and what I love about 702 is the Clement Banyatela show. I didn't think that I would see Clement today.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
so we can deliver more on what matters to you.
702 listens.
Let's walk the talk.
Do you know what's hiding behind the colorful packaging of unhealthy food? Big food companies target children with unhealthy packaged foods that hide high levels of sugar, salt, and fat, which could lead to heart disease, diabetes, and hypertension. But the truth is hidden from consumers. Front of package warning labels are a proven solution to help consumers make informed decisions. The government must act now. We have the right to know what's in our food. Demand front of package warning labels. Sign the petition on heala.org, HEALA.org, by the 30th of September.
The Standard Bank Joy of Jazz 2025 is diving deep into the heart and art of jazz. This year, the legendary Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis are making a triumphant return to Johannesburg. Expect an unforgettable lineup with over 60 megastars gracing the stage, including Esperanza Spalding, Michelle Ndegucello, as well as Siama Kuzeni, Amanda Black, Vusi Mahlasela, and Duduzo Makatini, the Benjamin Jefter Trio, and many, many more. Buy tickets to this incredible 3-day festival from the 26th to the 28th of September. Tickets are selling fast via Ticketmaster. Take me there.
In a world where traffic is the enemy of progress, one man is in a race against time, through the noise, through the chaos, chasing something no GPS could find.
Accident detected ahead. Expect a 30-minute delay.
Not today, sweetheart. Not today. Write your own story with the Haval H7 from only 6,799 per month. Visit gwm.co.za for T's and C's and to book a test drive. Brought to you by GWM Finance, a division of Westbank, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
The Money Show.
Weekday evenings at 6.
Well, the Minister of Employment and Labour gazetting new regulations that seem to make it easier for smaller companies to remove workers who are not performing.
This will erode the power of the trade unions. This is a classic area of the ideological divide that exists in South African society that is making it almost impossible for economic growth to accelerate.
Dr. Azar Jamin, the Director-in-Chief Economist at Econometrics.
The Money Show
On 702. Let's walk the talk.
The Money Show with Stephen Curtis is brought to you by ABSA CIB, equipping you with efficient and secure cash management solutions for your business. Your story matters. ABSA is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Coming up
On 702 Drive with John Perlman.
702 Drive is coming up from 3 to 6 p.m. with John Perlman, and a busy day. It is an exciting one on the station. John, I'm looking forward to hear some of the categories you're going to be doing on your show in Gauteng's Greatest.
Yeah, it's a fabulous partnership with Yoko. It's a wonderful celebration of exactly what, we said when we were driving the competition and encouraging people to enter, of, the incredible excellence that people deliver every single day as they build their businesses, but also meet people's needs. So we're going to cover 6 categories in the course of the show. I'm looking forward to meeting the people who've done so well.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited for them already. Some of the winners that I've met and their excitement, and just to understand what it means for a small business. And I hope that today is just the beginning part of us to continue to support the different businesses that are being showcased and celebrated today. John, quick one. When you're in an e-hailing service, where do you sit? Back seat or front seat, and why?
Back seat.
Why?
I tend not to chat much when I'm in an Uber. So yeah, I think somehow to be sitting next to the person but not chatting, or maybe making a call of my own, or possibly, sending some messages. It kind of seems more polite to just sit at the back.
So you and I are the same. We are
Yes,
back
yes.
sitters because we use the time to do stuff.
Yeah. And I don't like sitting in the back seat of cars generally if I'm traveling with friends or family. I do prefer the front because I like to be able to see where we're going.
I hear you. And do you ever touch other people's radios?
When I'm in their cars?
Yes.
No.
There are some passengers that touch the driver's
It's only
radio.
Karabo Chale. Nobody else.
I'm so dead. So it's only him.
Yeah,
He's
I don't think there's
he
anybody
takes it
else.
Over.
No.
All right. What is coming up on your show today?
In Washington, D.C., I'll just tell you this very quickly. They used to have something called slugging. And the if you were a solo driver, you had to go in the slower lanes. If you had a passenger, you could go in a dedicated fast lane.
Yes.
So the slugs were the people who would wait there and be picked up by a stranger, obviously depending on where they were going. And one of the rules of slugging, or there were a few, but one of the two of the rules of slugging is you can't start a conversation unless the driver starts it, and you can't touch the radio.
Oh, firstly, you're actually just reminding me about the fact that didn't we once try that?
We did. On the M1.
Yes, where they tried that the fast lane and then people were putting blow-up dolls. Oh, we really have been through so much as a country, John Pullman.
Plenty to come.
What's coming up on your show?
Good afternoon, everybody. So, speaking of e-hailing, there's new legislation on the way. We're going to talk to the E-Hailing Drivers Association, Vatuka Mbelengwa, who's a very interesting guest with some particular thoughts on what legislation should be trying to achieve. He's with us at 10 to 4. We've heard from the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Broadcasting that the SABC is on the verge of bankruptcy. We're going to try and understand better what that actually means and, crucially, what the implications are. GDP figures, well, they're up a bit, which is better than down a lot, but not up by a huge amount, 0.8%. But mining, which has been a real laggard for a while, has been doing really, really well. Is that just the gold price, the platinum price, or are there developments in the sector that may give us some kind of more long-lasting effectiveness? President is in Parliament answering questions. Some of them are interesting. I see he was asked about when we might get an ambassador in Washington. I'll be interested to hear what the answer to that particular question was. And we will also be advising you in our weekly green tip on how to get rid of cooking oil, that you're no longer using it, but to do so in an environmentally friendly way.
Oh, I look forward to that one. I have seen some people online sharing ways that they do get rid of it. I don't know, they mix it with something that solidifies it or something along those lines, but I'm going to be tuning in to see what the correct way, because just because people are doing it that way and sharing it doesn't mean it's the correct way. 7:02 Drive with John Pullman coming up from 3 to 6 p.m.
7:02.
The car feature.
Time for the car feature on 7:02 afternoons at 18 minutes to 3 o'clock. And for today's car feature, this is always going to be a topic of conversation. We'll talk about the hidden risk lurking in South Africa's used car market. We know that as things evolve, as technology gets smarter, the criminals are almost one step ahead of how things evolve. 011 8830702 in the WhatsApp line 0727021702. Krubin Reddy joins us, founder and CEO of Credo Mobility. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Krubin, let us chat about the used car market, which, for a long time, I've always understood this thought that says, there's no need to buy brand new because the value decreases so quickly. But some of the horror stories we hear now about used cars, sometimes you're like, I just go brand new.
Yeah, look, you're spot on. So, a brand new vehicle, obviously there's less risk in the transaction for consumer. You know that vehicle comes with a manufacturer warranty. More often than not, it comes with it comes with a manufacturer service plan or motor plan, etc. So for a period of time, there's very little risk. You know where the vehicle comes from, the condition of the vehicle. Obviously, it's brand new, so it is an easier purchase. They do depreciate, more in the first year, and then after that, there is a certain depreciation on different vehicles, etc. But I think, to your point, the risk for a consumer is certainly higher on the used car side. So if you look at used vehicles, the first thing is that no two used vehicles are the same. It's almost impossible, to get two used vehicles in exactly the same condition, exactly the same mileage, were driven exactly the same way. And then sort of lies the risk is in the history of that used vehicle. Look, they are definitely more affordable. And in South Africa, we are a higher volume used vehicle consumer. So whether it's on a finance level or used vehicles being bought, from a consumer to another consumer in the private space, but we do certainly operate more in the used vehicle space than used, and it's down to affordability. It's that consumers can afford, used vehicles easier than a new vehicle, but it comes with sort of an inherent risk in that the history of the vehicle at times is unknown. And then, it's the consumer's issue that they sit with if they purchase a vehicle that has had issues through its life.
Let's talk about some of the obvious risks before we go into the hidden risks. We know that the obvious risks are being sold something that does not match what you're being told, including the provided documentation and all of those things.
Yeah, correct. So often, it could be a cloned vehicle as an example. That's one example. It could be a vehicle that's being sought for by a finance company or an insurance company that actually shouldn't be changing hands. Could be a vehicle that's been stolen and now being pushed back into the market as a sort of legitimate vehicle. So there's a number of different, issues or risk issues happening in the market. Fraud is definitely on the top of the list, and what you find is that through certain periods in the economy, it picks up and or comes down a bit as some rules get put in place. But it's an ongoing issue. It's something that hasn't alleviated over time. It becomes more apparent in certain instances, but it's an ongoing issue, and those are the things that you can't see and have to guard against. Look, in saying that, there's obviously legitimate, reputable used car dealers that try their, everything that they can and try their best to eliminate these issues. And I think I'd say that, often there's actually almost sometimes two victims in the process, that a dealer equally can fall victim to a potential fraudster or, someone that's trying to move a vehicle that's been stolen, etc. Obviously, the due diligence and the onus is on that dealer to be able to do the checks, but the level of sophistication as well is increasing, with fraudsters and scammers, etc. And then obviously, if the vehicle enters the market and then gets resold to a consumer, you obviously then have potentially two victims, a dealer and possibly the next sort of owner of that vehicle.
Oh, and I'm glad that you acknowledge that, because it's easy to assume that the dealership or the seller is the one that is guilty, but they also might have been fooled in the process. But we're going to take a break, Kribin. When we come back, I want to chat really about this whole process of coding and what this gray area around vehicle coding is and all of those other hidden risks on the car feature.
Running a business is tough. You need tools that just work. That's why more South African businesses are switching to Mac. At iStore, we make it easy with 4,000 rands in added value when you switch. That's 3 years extended warranty and remote tech support, leaving you to focus on everything else. Switch to Mac with iStore, your expert partner. T's and C's apply. Mac at iStore. Run smooth as business should.
On the 20th and 21st of September, the DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star, brings you the flavor, the music, and the vibe. With international stars, South Africa's top performers, delicious food from local artisans, and fashion that turns heads, it is the ultimate heritage weekend experience. Gather your friends on Saturday and make it a family picnic day on Sunday. Join interactive cooking demos, explore vibrant art, and celebrate 30 years of DSTV, bringing entertainment to Africa. One ticket gives you access to it all. Visit ticketmaster.co.za with more on deliciousfestival.com.
702.
The car feature.
12 minutes to 3 o'clock, and we continue with the car feature as we chat to Kruben Reddy, founder and CEO of Credo Mobility, and we're discussing the hidden risk lurking in South Africa's used car market. Please do get all of your questions in 011 883 0702 and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. Kruben, please chat to me about vehicle coding and explain it for the layman.
Okay, this is obviously an interesting point. So let's start from the beginning. If you buy a brand new vehicle, the vehicle is a code 1, and you would be the first owner of that vehicle. And what you find is that until that vehicle changes hands, as long as there's a single owner, it would remain as a code 1 until it changes hands again. So typically, if you finance a vehicle and you buy from a dealership and it's brand new, the dealer themselves do not take ownership of that vehicle because it's still a brand new vehicle. You are the first owner. The registered owner would be you, but if it's financed, then the title would still sit with the bank, because remember, you still would have to pay off the bank until you take full ownership of the vehicle. So that's a important thing. It's also a big, just to note to your listeners, it's also a big area of risk where people don't disclose necessarily, or scammers try to hide the fact that vehicles are still under finance, and that vehicle technically is not supposed to change hands until the bank is settled. But obviously, if someone's looking to defraud, an individual or a dealer, etc., they make it seem as if the vehicle is paid up, and in turn get cash out for that vehicle. But obviously, after a month, the bank doesn't get paid, and they start looking for the vehicle, and you've got no recourse in that scenario. The vehicle will get returned back to the bank or impounded or whatever the case is. So that's a code 1 vehicle, brand new. The first time the car changes hands would be when it starts now to be considered a used vehicle or coded as a used vehicle, and that's typically then code 2. So code 1 brand new, code 2 is used vehicle, and code 2 effectively means it doesn't mean that the vehicle has not been involved in any accidents, etc. But the accidents are not, or the damage caused by any accidents, etc., does not warrant the vehicle to change or the code to change. So it's code 2 typically is just used vehicle, could be financed or unfinanced, etc. But that's the coding for a code 2. Code 3 and the sort of distinction between 2 and 3 is where it starts to become a bit gray. So code 3 technically is a motor vehicle that's been previously declared as built up or permanently unfit for use, etc., and that has been repaired by someone, registered through NATIS as a code 3, and then put back onto the road. So that's technically code 3, and code 4 would be it's a total scrap, and the car's going to be either dismantled for spares or stripped up, etc. But there's no possibility of that vehicle ever entering the market again or being put back on the road. So the real gray area is between what's deemed
3 and
as
4.
a write-off.
Yeah.
Well, between 2 and 3 actually, not even 3 and 4, between 2 and 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that regards, right? If you're saying it's a gray area, is it gray because the people that need to do that coding can decide against the interests of what they should be doing, or that for you as a buyer, you can check a code and it could be inaccurate, or both?
Yeah, look, I think to be quite fair to sort of all parties, it's a combination of things, right? So I think the one is that what happens is that you got to make a distinction in terms of an insurance write-off. So typically an insurance is writing off based on value, the cost to repair a vehicle based on their calculations, their quotes, their suppliers, and their assessment of the damage versus what the value of that vehicle is. And it's the difference between the two. And if it exceeds a certain amount, and some insurers might have a different threshold, etc., if it exceeds a certain amount, then it's considered an insurance write-off, and that vehicle gets sold to different parties. It could get sold to a salvage yard, it could get sold to an auction house, etc., the insurer will try and recover and recoup some of the money back on that asset. And, there's a whole value chain that can go into the process. In that, this is where some of the problem might lie, because in that process, if the vehicle was written off by an insurer, it technically should be coded as a code 3, and everyone then in the value chain is clear, that this car has been involved in a previous accident, was written off by an insurer.
So can I make a suggestion, Krabin? I think we need to bring you back for a lengthier discussion, because this coding thing, I don't think it's a quick thing for us to discuss, because I also want us to find the solve. How do we help all of us that are possibly on the market for a used car to figure all of this out, and also, as you said, not just easily point fingers at the sellers and the dealership. So Krabin will definitely bring you back for another round of the car feature to chat more in detail around all of this coding and those hidden risks for buyers.
Every day I'm hustling. It's our reality as business owners. And it's good to know that there's someone out there who takes care of the business that makes the business. Gotta love My Way Business Insurance. Saving big on premiums with 24/7 emergency services, plus My Business Assist with marketing, legal, and labor advice services.
Visit myway.co.za or dial 0860 64 64 64 and get a quote today. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's, C's, and standard rates apply. My Way. Live your way.
Selling your car shouldn't be a mission. We Buy Cars gets it. Life's short and time is precious. Get an offer online and sell your car within a day from wherever it suits you. It's really that simple with We Buy Cars. Shopping for your new ride? Discover thousands of vehicles online or in store. We Buy Cars, South Africa's trusted way to buy and sell cars.
Local entrepreneurs don't just deserve your business, they deserve your applause. Gauteng's Greatest Awards with 702, powered by Yoko.
Every business begins with heart, but it thrives with the support of its community. And no one backs Gauteng's entrepreneurial dreamers like 702 Yoko and you. Over the past few weeks, we asked you to nominate and vote for your favorite local businesses. And you showed up. Now the spotlight shifts to the winners. Gauteng's greatest. I'm so excited for this category. Greatest bookshop, because you always need to go somewhere, man. Away from home, where you can read, meet other readers, or just be quiet in a corner. Today's greatest bookshop is Soweto Book Cafe. And joining us in studio are the co-owners, Tami Mazibuko and Tsepo Tswayedi. Gents, how are you doing?
We are fine, thank you, my sister. We are delighted.
Listen, nervous is good because it means you care. I need to know what made you decide to go into the space of having a bookshop. In this case, that's a cafe, especially when so many people are like, we're going digital, we're doing audiobooks.
The reason we started Soweto Book Cafe is because we wanted to bring our community access to books at an affordable price.
Yes.
So we wanted to bring value in our community through books. Although today there's social media and phones, but we feel that children must read, the community must read, so that they become smarter, wiser, and less burden to their government. Thank you.
Tsepo, from your side, what is still special about holding a physical book? Because I don't know, there's something about even the pages have a smell. Like having it is not the same as busy swiping nje.
You're right. And then just to put it into like a box definition, I mean, something that is like, it's not easy to comprehend, because even when the kids are coming there, I mean, as my partner just said, with living the age of social media, and then everyone's reading things digitally. But when the kids get there, the covers, interacting with the pages, the artwork, the smell of the book. But then it's a relationship that one has with the book that just makes it so special, So.
And I mean, yesterday was International Literacy Day.
Yes, sir.
And in terms, Tami, of when you hear, being a bookstore owner, when you hear about the fact that literacy is at such a low level for us, like kids read, but they struggle with comprehension and understanding. What are your thoughts on that as a bookstore owner?
That's very troubling for me, my sister, because that causes nightmare for me. That's why I always make sure I donate books to the children of the community. I mean, we must have books available, not only at schools, but it's sad because schools also don't have libraries. So it's a war for us all. We have to fight this war. Our children have to know how to read in their own mother tongues, in English, in other official languages. But we must encourage them. They must see us reading, When they see us reading, then they will read. We must make reading fun and cool,
I'm so glad you touched on languages. I'm obsessed with whenever I find children's books in any language, from Afrikaans to Swahili to Shona. I love collecting them. Please talk to me about what is important for you in terms of a store owner. Do you have like a quota that you try to meet with regards to languages? Do you say to yourself, let's try have at least 50% local languages, or do you sort of see as you go along?
Yeah, well, I mean, if I can answer that broadly, is that but then recently, we implemented a program, the Soweto Book Cafe, where we have reading workshops. And then people will get that you just choose any book that you read. And then that's where people get invested, And then even now, they even loving to read in their mother tongues, So the only thing now, the challenge is that there are not so many books that are written, in our indigenous languages, which is a shame. But more and more readers, they in fact would love to read and to get books in their own, indigenous languages, which now poses a challenge to the author as well.
But what I love about what you're saying is somebody's listening that wanted to write a book in their mother tongue and they've been waiting. There is a need. Please go ahead and do so. Congratulations to Soweto Book Cafe. And ladies and gents, behind every great Gauteng business, there's a greater system making it look so easy. Introducing Yoko Counters, the smartest till you will ever own, with payments and point of sale working together right out of the box, ready to become the next Gauteng's greatest. Then go to yoko.com for more. Remember to show our winners so much love. Visit them and experience their excellence firsthand. Keep supporting local small businesses and stay listening to 702 because there are more winners to be revealed. Congratulations again to Soweto Book Cafe. It's 3 o'clock.
This is EWN.
Ramaphosa defends the decision to engage with the United States, and Mitchell's Plain residents say they are living in fear. Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. President Cyril Ramaphosa has dismissed suggestions from the EFF. President Cyril Ramaphosa has dismissed suggestions